All ponds require beneficial bacteria. When we talk about beneficial bacteria, we're talking mostly about bacteria that process ammonia. When fish breathe, they produce ammonia. Uneaten food, as it breaks down, produces ammonia, and so too does anything organic like leaves breaking down inside the pond. Bacteria convert the ammonia into nitrite. More bacteria convert it to nitrate. This very basic process needs to be understood by anyone that keeps fish, at least on a very basic level. This process is called the nitrogen cycle. The beneficial bacteria need a wet surface to grow on. Basically, the more wet surface area you have, the more bacteria you can potentially grow. I believe that understanding the biological filter/nitrogen cycle, even at just a really basic level, will make owning a pond a very simple process. More bacteria means that waste products and nutrients are processed more efficiently. Therefore, the bacteria, or the ability to grow bacteria, is fundamental. So we create filters or have media whose primary job is to grow these good bacteria. We call this type of filter a biological filter because it's alive. So with that said, what is the best filter media for growing these bacteria? If you don't already know me, my name is Kev, and the aim of my channel is to help people build and maintain ponds without spending a fortune. If that sounds like something that interests you, you might like to subscribe and visit my website ozponds.com. When I build my ponds, 9 times out of 10 I use a bog filter. A bog filter is a mini replica of a wetland system. The idea being we're just filtering water the same way that nature does. To build a bog filter, I estimate the volume of water my pond will hold, then based on the use of the pond, I select a size for the bog filter. I have lots of other videos and articles on my website that go into more detail on sizing a bog filter and building it, so I don't want to get too bogged down in the details here. But basically I'm filling the bog filter up with rock, pebble and plants. Water's pumped from the pond into the bog. Beneficial bacteria are living on all the surfaces inside the bog, so all the rock, the pebble and the plant roots is colonized by good nitrifying bacteria. There's a number of reasons why I like bog filters, but possibly the most compelling is that I find with a bog filter I don't require any water changes. Here's a link to a video on why I think that is. But anyway, in a bog filter, the rock, the pebble, and the plant roots are the filter media. One of the downsides of a bog filter is that they take up a lot of room. But there are commercial medias that provide a lot more surface area than a rock or a pebble. The first one we'll look at is called a bioball. Bioballs are made of plastic, and as the name suggests, they're indeed ball-shaped. They're very lightweight, pretty cheap, and they can allow a really good flow of water through them. I think they're a great media choice for use in waterfall filters, as they can handle a very high flow rate. I've seen numbers thrown around like 200 bioballs in a mesh bag will filter 1,000 gallons of water with minimal fish loads. But there's lots of different bioballs up for sale, so check with the seller or the manufacturer to see how many you'll need for your pond. The next type of media I want to look at is ceramic media. Here I'm going to talk about 2 different kinds, clay balls, or leca, and ceramic noodles. Leca, L-E-C-A, stands for lightweight expanded clay aggregate. I'm not sure if that makes it ceramic or not, just seems ceramic and clay go together. Anyway, clay balls are commonly used in aquaponic systems. An aquaponic system uses the nitrogen cycle to grow vegetables. Nitrogen is a common ingredient in all fertilizer. So basically, the grow bed is filled with clay balls or rock, although clay balls are more user-friendly as they're lightweight. An aquaponic grow bed is pretty much the same as a bog filter. The clay balls are quite porous and have a better surface area than pebble. Aquaponic websites like Rob's Aquaponics can give you a good idea on how much media you need per fish. I personally like to use the leca in my mini bog setups that sit above the pond, simply because it's lightweight compared to pebble. The other ceramic media choice that's very common online is ceramic noodles. Like the clay balls, they're very porous, and these have a hollow center, which helps increase surface area available. I personally only use the clay noodles in very small applications like aquariums. I've never personally used them as a media in a pond, although I've seen them inside pressure filters or all-in-one pump and filter combos. But they're probably not much use for anyone looking to DIY a filter. They tend to come in too smaller volumes, so more suited to the aquarium. Next we have filter mats. There's two types I've used, and that's Metalla and Jap mats. These mats are made with an open cell structure foam material that's highly porous. Like bio balls, they can have a really good amount of flow pass through them. The unique structure and layering of the foam, or whatever it is, provides plenty of surface area for beneficial bacteria. The added benefits of these mats is that they can also trap sediment. I personally like to use them as a pre-filter before water is sucked into my pumps. That just means that I need to do less pump maintenance, as they hardly ever clog, and I get some additional biological filtration. These mats come in different densities and grades, so you can trap various size materials. They're also very easy to clean. You simply rinse them off and reuse them over and over again. Metalla has some guides on how many sheets are needed for different ponds on their website. Next is K1 media. K1 is very popular with koi keepers or people looking to stock higher loads of fish. It's made of plastic, and again it's crafted in a way that optimizes surface area. K1 is lightweight and generally used in moving bed filters. This means the filter media is constantly being agitated. This provides an excellent amount of oxygen that's available to the bacteria, and it's also said to keep the media clean and prevent it clogging. Because I'm not allowed to keep koi in my state, and because I don't like to keep overstock ponds, it's not a type of media I've really experimented with. Again, there are online calculators that will tell you how much media you need to filter your pond. Lastly, let's take a look at different types of rock and their size. Porous rocks like lava rock or pumice offer more surface area than solid rock. Where I live in Australia, there's a type of rock we call scoria. It's cheap and porous, and I've used it a lot in my ponds and bog filters. Years ago, I read a paper on the correlation between the size of the rock and the amount of surface area. And as I'm making this video, I can't for the life of me find the article. So if anyone's seen it, can you please link it in the comments? Anyway, if memory serves me correct, and sometimes it doesn't, I think the best size for optimal surface area was 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch rock. If the rock's too small, the rock just locks together, and if it's too large, there's too much negative space. In my bog filters, I still like the idea of using various sizes to make the filter easier to backflush. This is how Aquascape layers their wetland filters, and it's how I layer my larger bog filters. I just think it works, so that's what I continue to do. So of these, what's the best media? Well, as with everything pond related, it depends. I've personally used all the media I mentioned in the video apart from the K1. And like I said at the start of the video, I like bog filters. And for my approach to pond keeping, a bog filter is the perfect choice. And with that said, it's generally the most cost-effective approach for me to use rock and pebble. That's because in the volumes I require, it's just cheaper. But I have heard from people all over the world, and there's some places where rock is incredibly expensive. In that case, some of the other media is a more viable option. And also, if space is a problem, you might look to create a moving bed filter using K1 or a high flow filter using Metalla mats and bio balls. All that's really important is that you have enough bacteria growing capabilities for the type and size of your pond. If you don't, the pond will let you know and it'll go green. So just pick the type of media that works best for you and do a bit of research into the different types of pond filters available. I haven't touched on mechanical filters in this video. Like I said, I think the biological filter is the most important. I'll try and make another video addressing just mechanical filters in the future. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. If it was, feel free to tickle the thumbs up button and visit ozponds.com for other helpful articles and products. Thanks for watching. See ya.